Five Nights at Freddy's AR Special Delivery, the augmented reality game by Illumix. I think at this point we all know it. Now on some random day, Illumix just decided to drop this game, and I don't really know why. They kind of went on to other projects and probably just went out of their FNAF phase. However, the game was like silent for a whole year without any word of anything, and then randomly they were like, okay, that's it, we're done. FNAFAR leaves the marketplace on this day, go and have some fun because you can basically have everything for free. Which kind of sucks to everyone that spent loads of money on this game, but it is what it is. However, because they just left the game and didn't update it, and future updates were also scrapped, there was actual stuff in the files that was gonna come out and just never did. I'm talking skins, actual characters, CPU updates, balancing changes, and another thing which we'll get to. Here's a hint: microtransactions.
All my evil plan! It's come together!
But yeah, there was a lot more potential to this game, and a lot more that we could have seen, or could still be seeing, because these characters and these things could have been released, they could have been a great success, and then we would have got future updates, and the game could still be with us and updating to this day, but no, of course it's not. So just before we dive any further, I was doing daily FNAF uploads. However, I've been working on a few massive projects, and yeah, I said that word, didn't I? But these projects are actually really big, and they need attention to them now so that I can prepare. I can't really share many details on them right now, but I'm doing a lot of stuff in a lot of different places, and you guys are going to get to see it, but it's going to be later on in the year. Also, if you do enjoy, please do like, subscribe, and go and join the Discord. It really does help me out. But I think that is just about everything. So let's kick things off with the big one, the unimplemented characters of Five Nights at Freddy's AR Special Delivery. So FNAFAR, when it first released, had multiple text files that hinted at many characters being added to the game. Dorko interviewed the head of Illumix, Kieran, and it was said that multiple other characters would join the game, as well as hinting at the possibility of more characters like Frostbear or 8-Bit Baby. Now, if you don't know, unlike the original skins, Frostbear and 8-Bit Baby were two of the only characters that were actually listed as official characters and not skins for a character. Like Freddy Frostbear wasn't just a skin for Freddy Fazbear, it was its own animatronic, same as 8-Bit Baby. Now I get why 8-Bit Baby would be, because she's in Sisterlocation, but having Frostbear, I don't know, it was kind of a weird one. Like, why wasn't it just a skin? Like, it was just a original character that we'd never seen before and they just made it up. But more of these characters would be coming. Second of all, it was also noted that more characters with custom environments like Plushtrap were planned. And if you don't know, Plushtrap had these unique mechanics where he would have his own environment and you'd kind of have to turn around and shock some stuff. Rather than being in your room, it was an augmented reality world that was on the screen of the phone. It's very hard to explain, I'm trying to do my best here. And on top of that, more shadow characters for Remnant mode, like RXQ, was said to be added in 2021. Also, if you don't know, if you went in the camera mode and you just kind of looked around for a bit, you could collect Remnant, which I forgot what Remnant did now. I think it like repaired your animatronics or something. It did something. It definitely didn't buy you any skins because that was all money. But basically, you could go into this like space thing and Shadow Bonnie would be like around your room if you collected too much Remnant and kind of jump scare you, or you could go into a little boss fight with him. But more characters were supposed to be added to that. More characters would include obviously like Shadow Freddy. So here is the full list of every character that was scrapped from FNAFAR Special Delivery, and this pains me to say, we're pretty much ready for the game. Endo 2, which would have been pretty good. I would have enjoyed Endo 2. We already had the toys. I feel like it was a pretty obvious pick to add to the game with all of those animatronics, and it should have been there in the first place. However, it just wasn't. Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Bonnie, Nightmare Chica, and Nightmare Foxy. Having all four of the nightmares in some kind of nightmare update, that would have been so good. And as I said earlier, adding more characters with the Plushtrap environment kind of thing. These guys could have had their own FNAF 4 level, FNAF 4 house environment. I don't even know how it would work. But with the nightmares, there was so much potential that they could have had. And the whole premise of FNAF 4 having the animatronics come to your home, that's exactly what FNAFAR tried to replicate. So I don't know why they weren't there on release. However, having them ready to go and not even launching them before shutting the game down, I don't know what they were thinking on this one. To go along with that, from Halloween edition, we also have Nightmare On. Now, just to backtrack a little bit, I know I did say, there was so much potential with the nightmares, Jacko Chica and Jacko Bonnie are in this game, and they did like nothing with them. The models look sick, but I feel like the mechanics could have been a bit more refined. And maybe that's what they were going to do by adding all these nightmare characters. Do some kind of overhaul, which meant that the nightmare characters were a bit different. And Nightmare On would be no exception. Probably some kind of music box thing where you have to clear out tentacles that grow in your room, much like the Hell Wanted level, and that would have been really fun to see. Moving on to the fun times, and one of the last characters that was added was Funtime Freddy. But if you notice from the roster, we have Funtime Freddy, Ballora, and Baby were lacking Funtime Foxy, which was another character to be confirmed to be joining the game. As well as this, FNAFAR were planning to go towards FNAF 6, with Scrap Baby and Lefty confirmed to be joining the game. Lefty was actually going to be one that was literally confirmed to be coming in the future update. People were making videos on it, we have the model, and it just never arrived, which is kind of depressing. Then the last two are a little bit more vague, but we have Security Breach animatronics, which likely means the Glamrocks. I don't think Vanny would be part of the delivery system. And obviously, like I said before, these shadow characters, we don't know who it was specifically, but people seem to think that it was Shadow Freddy or XOR, because you really think it's going to be like Shadow Puppet or Shadow BB or something. Though knowing FNAFAR, it'd probably be Shadow Liberty Chica or something. Illumix had also hinted at the possibility of adding Fanverse characters as well, stating them to be part of Scott's roster and therefore fair game, though obviously it never ended up happening. It would have been really cool to catch the Ignited characters, Pop Goes, Candy, and Egg, and a bit obscure, but I would have really liked to have seen The Fallen, so big missed opportunity there. We have a skin that was confirmed to be coming to the game. It is the only unused skin in the files, which is Easter Chica. The skin literally has no other information on it, apart from the name Easter Chica. It's said that Easter Bonnie might have replaced Easter Chica, but Easter Bonnie makes so much more sense. And some people even think that it was a source file name for Chocolate Chica, which is a merch exclusive skin that was also yet to be added to the game. Within the game as well, there was also going to be Faz Facts. These are about the franchise and it's kind of helpful to players that may not know FNAF, or potentially those who do, but gives a bit more insight. However, they were scrapped for an unknown reason and cannot be found in the actual game. Some of these fast facts were: the first location of the Freddy's franchise was actually Fredbear's Family Diner. The famous William Afton is the man responsible for the creation of the animatronics we all know and love. Rockstar Bonnie was developed from the original Bonnie for use in Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria franchise operations, and Chica's Cupcake features a unique set of servos and its own independently suite of software. There was a few more, and these are available online, so if you want to go and look at them and read them all, you can do. I don't think they're going to solve the entire timeline. Because they were scrapped for an unknown reason, who knows, these might be incorrect facts. That might be why Scott didn't want them in. I really doubt it, but maybe Scott turned around and was like, hey, no, that is not how Rockstar Bonnie works. Get it right. There was loads of unused emails within the game, and I mean like loads, so these are also available to view out there. However, I won't be diving into those today. I didn't really find the emails that interesting in the first place, so going through ones that didn't make it to the game, I'd be here all night. And I don't really want to, do that. Now we get into the big one, the one I've given no warning about, the Fazbear subscription service.
I'm gonna go fucking ballistic. Get a grip!
And I know you're probably on the edge of your chair like, what's going on right now? Yep, you heard me right. A subscription service. Within the files, multiple graphics can be found for a VIP subscription service. From looking at the graphics, it's heavily implied that rewards would have been much greater, as they are filled to the brim with Faz coins, lures, remnant, and devices. Obviously, the feature never saw the light of day. However, yeah, look at these graphics. We were going to get a subscription service. It's crazy to me. Spotify Premium? Nah. Netflix subscription? I'm good. Fortnite Crew? Can't even tempt you with Fortnite Crew? Absolutely not, mate. I am getting the $5 subscription service. Yeah, it's crazy how much of a cash grab this game actually was at times, and the fact that they were willing to add something like this to a game that was ultimately gonna get shut down at some point, especially with the demographic of Five Nights at Freddy's as well. This is, it does seem a bit sus. But I can't really talk much about this. I don't know what the price would have been, and obviously we don't know what you would have got. I shouldn't hate on it too much, because if this did release and they made enough money from it, then the game would still be here today and we'd still be playing it right now. Or not playing it, because a lot of people don't like it, but I did. I thought it was cool. So we've covered kind of all of the big stuff. There was a few unused assets as well. These included banners, which we have for Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, Balloon Boy, Baby, Springtrap, and a battery, which I guess would have been used if you wanted to buy batteries. Shamrock Freddy changed a bit, and I don't know why they did this. He has some scrap renders and some other little bits as well. Originally, before the prize balloons were added, we were going to get rewards in crates, which is a bit strange. However, these crates were tiered bronze, silver and gold, and there was also a purple balloon as well, which we don't know what it was going to do. There was a lot of frames as well that went completely unused, like just Christmas themed frames that just never made it into the game. It was also found that there was some unused CPU descriptions as well. So for example, Freddy plays his patented jingle when in close proximity, Bonnie plays his guitar and is more difficult to locate in static. Like, Bonnie had his guitar, this is big. Balloon Boy continually sends greeting messages when in close proximity and walks silently. Chica walks around erratically and can charge suddenly. Foxy moves around quickly and goes haywire more frequently than others. Circus Baby can go haywire during charges. Springtrap, obviously as we know from the actual game, exhibits unique haywire behaviour. There was also going to be a PvP mode. Yep, that is right. Now I know in the launch of the game you could send animatronics to your friends, but if you sent an animatronic to someone and they sent an animatronic too, your animatronics could have a fight, and whoever lost would lose the remnant, and whoever won, I assume, would gain remnant. It's a pretty fairly simple system to understand, I think, if I've got the right end of the stick here, but that would have been pretty cool to see. I just wish we could have seen the actual animatronics having a fight with each other. There was also going to be a crafting system as well, where you could make plush suits and mods based on items that you gained in encounters. So for example, if you got in an encounter with like Freddy and you beat him, you could get like one of his legs or arms or part of his circuitry and use that to build new CPUs and mods. To go along with this, there would be some kind of inventory system as well. Finally, there is a full list of unused drop rates and changes and little tweaks that were coming to the game, but I've covered all of the main ones, so that is where we're going to finish up today's video. However, that was the future of FNAFAR and all of the lost media within it. I say future like there's going to be a future. It's not on the App Store. You did this, guys. You did this. You didn't spend enough money on FNAFAR.
Blow up!